Hello everybody and welcome to another reading. In today's reading, we're looking at 3 blessings unlocking in your life now. So we're looking at the immediate future. For this reading, I have prepared 3 different decks of pre-shuffled oracle cards. So let's go through them one by one. For pile number 1, we have the empty room. For pile number 2, we have the Siren. And for pile number 3, we have the Bardo. So without further ado, please make your pile selection based on your intuition, and I will see you in your reading. Bye! Hi everyone, if you selected pile number 1 or the empty room, this is going to be your reading all about the 3 blessings that are unlocking in your life now. Empty room. Definitely there is space for a new beginning. In order for us to have a new beginning, we need to clear out the energies of the past, right? We need to clear out the energy first to welcome the new energy into our lives. Let's see, what else do we have? We have 41, Weavers watch the dragons fly. Interesting. I think this is very much observing your negative thoughts as a third party type of feeling. Let's look at your next card. We have Luteal face. Luteal face. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know how to say the luteal. I'm a cisgendered woman. I should know this. But the phase where we rest in our menstrual cycle. And we have 2 different runes. It's so interesting. When I was shuffling the runes for all of the decks, I got it connected, the same rune for pile number 2 connecting to pile number 1, and then a pile number 2 being connected to pile number 3 too. So it seems like all of the readings are connected. And you got Naudis and Taiwaz. Taiwaz is the rune of Thor in Northern mythology, obviously runes, that's where we get them from. And we got Naudis, which is destitution or temperance. So constrained, and then justice. Courage to face the constraint in your life. Interesting. Okay, let me move the cards over here and let's get into your tarot cards. All right. Pile number 1. What 3 blessings are coming into pile number 1's life now? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Oh, this one definitely wants to come out for. I need some more room. 2 more cards. Okay, 1. Oh, this is 2. Okay. You know how in a reading things just happen the way that they're supposed to, so let's just try to go with it. I'm sure that we will get the answers that we need here. Okay, we got more than we needed by 1. Let's see. Let's reveal your cards. We have 9 of Pentacles, Justice, Knight of Cups. We have 9 of Wands, 3 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 5 of Cups. We have King of Pentacles, the Emperor, wow, and the Hanged Man. All right, pile number 1, what do we have here? It seems to me that if this pile is for you, then you have been in a period of stagnation or a pause in your life. This pause in your life has given you the opportunity to address certain aspects of your consciousness or your mindset or your limiting beliefs. Whatever it might have been, it seems to me that you have been dealing with some yucky energy with Naudis and Taiwaz coming out together that has taken a lot out of you to push through this energy. So this definitely gives me a karmic loop type of energy, or just being stuck in some sort of darkness, whether it be mental health or external circumstances are just not working out the way that they would be preferred to work out. And with the Weaver's Words, the Dragons Fly, this is a card of really observing your negative thoughts as an outsider. So watching your negative thoughts as they tell us in meditation and not associating with them. So all these cards together are telling me that you've done the work and you have finally released that negative energy that has been consuming you for some time. So you have created this empty room, this empty space for you to rest and for you to rejuvenate and move towards your destiny. Now, obviously, with the Taiwa's rune being here, and this is the rune that's associated with the hammer of Thor, right? And with now these being here, it seems to me that the phase of your life that you're exiting has not been the easiest. It has really asked that you prove your strength, prove your determination, prove yourself in many, many ways. I mean, it was difficult because nowadays is a rune of necessity, right? It's a rune of going through forced trials through external circumstances. And with Thor being here, right, with Thor's hammer being here, it really required you a lot of strength to push past this period of time. The good news, pile number one, is you are moving into a completely new reality. So if you've been doing quantum leaping or manifestation work, this is definitely working. And let's look at the 3 blessings that are coming towards you now. So first and foremost, pile number 1, congratulations. It seems like your life is upgrading on a financial realm or in the realm of resources, should I say, because we have 2 different indicators, or 3, I should say, different indicators that are telling us that you are getting wealthy and that you are receiving an abundance of resources. First, we have 9 of Pentacles here. This is your first blessing, your second blessing, your third blessing, right? 9 of Pentacles here and King of Pentacles here, the Emperor being here, all signify that you're moving into a financial abundance type of energy. Now, let's just look into the first blessing. So with the first blessing, it seems like you are receiving some unexpected payback for the good things that you have done with justice here. Justice is also an element of resolution of some sort of a legal battle. If you applied for a visa, if you're waiting for a response, if you're dealing with some sort of a legal situation, justice also shows that it's moving forward and you're able to really transition from this phase of justice and follow your heart from here. So what we're seeing here is the universe is blessing you with resources, with money, specifically with 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles is stability and luxury, and it's financial success in this world. And it seems to me, with the justice being the center here, you are receiving the good karma. So the 9 of Pentacles that is coming here, it's an unexpected kind of payback to you that you have no clue about. All of these cards are facing right. So this tells me that in your little phase right now, in your resting phase, you're not seeing that these blessings are coming your way. But the good thing is the energy of justice is activating in your life right now, which means that every single time that you were the better person, that you turned your cheek, that you did the right thing, every single time that people around you have been cruel and you chose to be kind, congratulations. Pile number 1, it's really difficult to go through that. It's really hard to not fall or stoop onto another person's level, but because you didn't, you're receiving the justice that you deserve. Basically, the universe or gods, whatever it is you want to call them, they are blessing you with financial abundance and with justice. Justice is the center of this blessing, right? You are receiving justice for being the honorable, good, kind-hearted individual that you are. And that comes in a form of material abundance. Now, your second blessing, pile number 2, has to deal with your community and your relationships. If you are looking for love specifically here, it is indicated 2 of Cups is the card of love, right? It's not the Lovers. I know that we all think it's the Lovers. The Lovers can be a card of love, but it's mostly about making that right choice, right? 2 of Cups is really the card of finding your soulmate. So if you're looking for that, congratulations, that is happening. Now, with Three of Cups being here, with Nine of Wands being here, Five of Cups being here, it seems to me that in the area of relationships, you have been screwed over quite a bit. I'm sorry to word it this way, but with Nine of Wands really being here indicates that you are at the end of the cycle of toxic relationships and you're moving into Ten of Wands, right? And then you're moving into Ace of Wands again. So you're starting the new journey of relationships in your life. And this is including all of the relationships in your life. So not only are you getting a community, friendships, you're getting your soulmates are coming towards you in different forms. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So your second blessing, pile number 1, is relationships finally working out in your favor. Now I'm gonna pull one clarifier for Five of Cups here because I'm a bit confused about what it might mean. I have a feeling that it just references the fact that you have been likely surrounded by a lot of people, or you've met a lot of people in your life who have hurt you, who have traumatized you, who have really, really pushed you to the limit of being the best person that you can be, you know, because they have really, really, I mean, you had to show yourself as a warrior here. You know, this card, Nine of Wands, is usually presented as someone who is battled and bruised, someone who's been through it, right? So it seems like there have been a lot of pain, there has been a lot of confusion, a lot of suffering. Did you guys hear that ding? Definitely a confirmation. There has been a lot of confusion, there has been a lot of suffering in the area of relationships, and Five of Cups really emphasizes to me that there has been a lack there. Okay, I'm going to pull one clarifier just so that I am sure about Five of Cups here. Okay, why is Five of Cups here for pile number 1? Can we just get one card to clarify? Okay, I think it's this one. Seven of Pentacles. Oh, I will just put it over here so you can see at least some of the card. Interesting. So Seven of Pentacles being here, you walking away with a product of your labor. I think in this case, because it refers to Five of Cups and it refers to your relationships in general, this really tells me that the lack mindset surrounding relationships, it will finally be over, right? Because you're finally walking away with a product of your labor. So you're finally walking away with the community or with the people. If you've been putting a lot of work, honestly, into changing your mindset about how people are or about what kind of relationships you're able to manifest, this really indicates to me that you are moving towards all of the right relationships. You're finally walking out with a prize. You're finally walking out with the people who truly hear you, with the people who truly understand you, and not with the people who really leave you stranded and make you feel like you're lacking in the area of your relationships. Now let's move into your third blessings. Your third blessing, pile number 1, believe it or not, is you are being offered a position of power. This likely has to deal with your career. If you're manifesting something about that, that is absolutely coming your way, because there's definitely a sense of superiority, a sense of authority here, and this new position will really, really shift your perspective. Like, you will really finally, for the first time in your life, see yourself in a totally different light. I think really receiving this opportunity for a career that makes you feel like the emperor, that gives you a lot of financial abundance here, this really, really kind of solidifies to you that you are not the lack mindset person that you might have been stuck believing yourself to be. You're not really that individual who lacks at all, because you're presented as King of Pentacles, as the Emperor, as Nine of Pentacles, right? Right now, not only are you getting some lucky money or lucky resources. Okay, so let me just show you the difference between the first row and the last row here, between your blessings. In the first blessing, you're receiving abundance that is just grace. Basically, God or the universe is just showering you with resources, opportunities that are allowing you to be in your heart space more and more. And this is a result of your positive karma coming your way. Your third blessing here is a different type of blessing. You are receiving an opportunity to be in a position of power. You are receiving an opportunity to be a leader. You are receiving, the Emperor is arguably the most stable card in all of tarot, right? Because it's number 4, it's major arcana. You're finally, with this opportunity, pal, number 1, you're receiving the stability for the rest of your life. Like, this is a stepping stone to the stability for the rest of your life. You'll never have to live paycheck to paycheck or question your stability or financial resources ever again, because your life is absolutely being changed upside down. There's a before and after, right? So yeah, pile number 1. Let's just recap everything that we saw in your reading. Your first blessing is you receiving grace from the universe as an act of kindness towards you for all of the good karma. So basically, the Wheel of Fortune is turning upside down, and all of your positive karma, all of that energy that you put out there positively is coming back towards you, and that includes some opportunities and financial resources that are coming your way. This opportunity is allowing you to have the freedom to follow your heart in one way or another. So it tells me that the amount of money or resources that you are receiving is significant enough that you are free to do what you want. Follow your heart here. Your second blessing, pile number 1, is a new era in all of your relationships. If you're looking for the love of your life, that is coming towards you now. But overall, this blessing signifies that your relationships are finally moving away from 5 of Cups here and moving towards you finally reaping what you saw or receiving the connections that you have been praying for. Now, pile number 1, your third blessing is you receiving a position of authority, likely in your career, that allows you to have not only the finances and the resources, but also the stability or the stepping stone for the rest of your life. This opportunity will be so life-changing that it completely shifts the way that you perceive yourself and your situation and the world, likely. So, wow, this is pretty exciting energy, and I am excited for you. What can I say? This is a really beautiful reading. I think this is all that I have here. Pile number 1. Right now, you're asked to really watch your negative thoughts as if they do not belong to you and observe them with kindness and grace, right? We don't need, the more that we resist and push out negativity, the more energy we actually feed it, right? In order for us to really integrate the shadow, which seems is what you're doing now, you really need to address the shadow with compassion and kindness, right? And that's why weavers watch the dragons fly. And 5 here, 4 plus 1 is 5, indicates that you are on the precipice of a major change in your life. Yeah, I think this is all that I see here. Thank you so much, pile number 1, for letting me do this reading for you. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to support me, please subscribe to the channel. And if you want to share your story, do so in the comments down below. I would love to hear it. Thank you so much for doing the reading with me, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi everyone. If you selected pile number 2 or the Siren, this is going to be your reading right away with the Siren. Is there something calling you? Sacred sensuality. Sacred sexuality too. The Siren. Ooh, calling. Something's calling. A firebird is called to soar. Firebird is so Phoenix rising. You're stepping into your power, pile number 2. You're being called to accept the calling, huh? We've got fallopian tubes. This card deck has feminine cycles in it, and the fallopian tubes signify the merging of the masculine and the feminine. Interesting. So this is a very feminine energy, and this is a merging of them. Let's look at your runes. We have no destitution or constraint. And we have Yara, harvest. So there's definitely a duality of energies here because you're moving from destitution into Yara, harvest. Interesting, I think pile number 2, if I remember this correctly, if you're drawn to other piles, this is your sign to check out those piles, because I'm pretty sure you got one rune the same as pile number 1, the second rune same as pile number 3. I noticed that in the shuffling process. All right, I think it's time to get your tarot cards and see what the 3 blessings that are unlocking in your life now are. All right, what are the 3 blessings unlocking in pile number 2's life now? 1, 2, let's take this one, 3. And I need more. I do not have enough space today for all of the cards that I've picked out. And let's take this one. All right. Let's reveal your cards, and hopefully I'll be able to organize them a little bit better. We have Enigma was number 11. So life path 11 might be important to some of you, or life path number 2. 3 of water, conjunction. The next card is time. Wow. Okay, pile number 2, right away. We have very, very strong themes of you finally meeting yourself. You finally meeting your highest self. You're finally becoming who you're meant to be in this lifetime. You're finally becoming you. Really, really, really embodying the authentic and true version of who you are here. This has to deal with your first blessing. Then we have Empress. We have 6 of Fire, victory. We have the Hermit. Interesting. And then we have 9 of Water, airborne. Wow. 9 of Waters, 9 of Cups, fulfillment of a wish. This is what the card looks like. Airborne. I said that in another reading, but in case you didn't watch that, airborne refers to, this is the Da Vinci deck, and it refers to the Da Vinci's desire to fly. That was his dream of his lifetime. He wanted to build a mechanism that allows him to fly. We have Ace of Earth, earth. And 4 of Earth, assembly. All right, pile number 2. I just fixed my camera. I think this is a little bit better. You can see things much more. But let's go through 3 of your blessings that are coming into your life. Your first blessing is represented by the first row. And what is happening in your life right now, pile number 2, I can tell you is fated. This is a very significant moment in your life that you will remember for the rest of your incarnation here. Honestly, what is happening right now is really, really massive. And I can just feel, especially the first blessing is like activating all the rest of the, so all of the blessings that you're receiving right now are connected because your frequency is rising and you are ready to receive from the universe finally. What I'm seeing here is you have been in one way or another constrained. There has been something in your life that has been stagnant, constrained, something that has been lacking deliverance, you know, something that maybe you've put a lot of effort in, but in the end of the day, it's not really working out in accordance with your plan. Whatever it is, the subject or the area of your life where you struggled the most, this is the area that is getting the most movement right now from the positive energies of the universe and that are happening within you internally. Now, your first blessing here is signified with time. This is equivalent to a Wheel of Fortune here. But because it's presented like this really gives me a feeling that your first blessing, pile number 2, is you are becoming the authentic self that you were meant to be. So the enigma being here, life path 11, right? We're having very, very strong, powerful spiritual vibes here. You are meant to be a leader, a visionary, someone who is a modern day mystic, someone who really is in one way or another in the public eye. I'll just say it how I see it because I mean, Mona Lisa is the most famous painting in the world, right? It's the most memorable. It's like everyone knows of Mona Lisa. It doesn't matter where you're from. Likely you have seen that image in your mind one way or another. That image has worldwide recognition, and that's potentially what you're stepping into. But the blessing here is finally you are letting go or moving past a phase in your life where you felt like you couldn't fully embody who you are. Right now, you're really stepping into, I think, honestly, pile number 2, with fallopian tubes being here, I think you have struggled with a balance of masculine and feminine energies for a long time. And honestly, I really see you as a feminine energy. And it doesn't have to be your gender in this lifetime, but I think your soul naturally, or in this incarnation naturally, you are a more feminine being. You chose to experience a more feminine type incarnation and experience here on earth. This does not mean that you're not a man, okay? All I'm saying is your experience is more feminine, so it relies more on the traditionally feminine qualities like nurture, care, receptivity, manifestation, as opposed to force, push, move, right? As opposed to the active masculine energy. However, with fallopian tubes being here, it seems to me that perhaps there has been some trauma or some disbalance with your presentation of your feminine, of your masculine energies. Maybe you had feminine energy trauma, so you weren't really able to embody who you truly are to its fullest potential. But guess what? Right now, the first blessing in your life is you are becoming the you that you were meant to be. And honestly, I know that this is not as exciting for some people as just being blessed with resources and money, right? But in my opinion, this is the most important blessing that you're receiving, is the internal revolution, because the fact that you'll be able to be yourself freely in this world, I mean, most people are not themselves, right? Let's think about it. Most people are wearing masks that they don't even know they're carrying due to their trauma, due to their ego conditioning, due to their lack of accountability, due to, anything. Life is difficult here on this planet. But it seems to me that you are finally coming into a moment in time where it's faded. Like you were meant to be this person for a long time, and you were meant to somehow shed that karmic or negative energy associated with whatever the disbalance was. You were meant to shed that and really move into this in this lifetime. And conjunction, in astrology, conjunction is when planets are so close together that they start amplifying each other's energies, right? Conjunction with time together here really signifies to me that you were meant to experience this in this lifetime, but it's also happening on divine timing. Like you couldn't force this kind of revolution of consciousness, okay? You are literally catapulted into the new dimension of you. You're ready to be the star. You're ready to really embody the mystic that you are meant to be here. Pile number 2. Your second blessing has to deal with a victory that is coming from a creative project that you have done in the past. Now, it seems to me that in general, you are a visionary, very creative person. I mean, the reason why you have so much feminine energy in you is because you're meant to be a channel in one way or another. You're meant to really lean into Empress energy or the energy of creativity, right? Number 1 is masculine, number 2 is feminine, number 3 is already a totally new game, is the creativity, creation number, right? And you were meant here to be the blending of the masculine, the feminine, and the creative energy here. It tells me here that something that you have done in the past here, something creative, is paying off and giving you the success that you deserve. And actually, this is going to move you into a phase of your life where you are able to be alone more. So for instance, pile number 2, if you are working at a company surrounded by people and you're an introvert who wants to work from home, who wants to be kind of more isolated, who doesn't need that kind of external communication with different parties constantly, right? If you're the kind of person, this is what I'm seeing is coming. Basically, the energy that is happening here is you have some sort of a creative project. That creative project takes off, and that creative project allows you the opportunity to work more so alone, to be in charge of your schedule, really, with the hermit here. Because we go from, oh my gosh, Jesus Christ, you guys, this is 369. You guys know the magic of 369? I mean, there's a reason why one of the smartest people in history, Nikola Tesla, was obsessed with them. This is very, very, you don't see it coming, okay? This is like divinely orchestrated success that really puts you in a position of power and allows you to get some alone time to really, I don't know, if you're wanting to be more independent and to really not work for anyone and really not have to work surrounded by people, this is definitely that sign. This definitely, I mean, I know that I make all of my examples about writing and books just because I'm a writer, but this gives me the same kind of feeling of, okay, like you painted a picture. Let's say I'm going with a painter, okay, because I don't want to use the writer example in all of the readings. Today we're doing the painter. So let's say you had a painting back in the day. That painting, you forgot about it, you did it as a channel from divine, but it really didn't take off. All of a sudden someone is like, not only do I want your painting, but I want you to paint so much more, and I want you to have an exhibition in my museum next year. So that gives you an opportunity to not only feel successful and be successful, but also to be alone in your work in one way or another. Does that make sense, the example that I'm making here? If that resonates, that's definitely what's coming your way. Now, your third blessing is a wish that you have been dreaming of is coming true. Airborne here really signifies to me that the wish that you are asking for, perhaps it's something that you have been manifesting since you were a kid, but this is something like unheard of. You know what I mean? Because airborne, think about it. Da Vinci wanted his dream of his lifetime. This man, okay, the dream of his lifetime was to fly, to create a mechanism that allows him to be airborne. And it seems to me, because of the energy of how impossible, as per se, that energy is, something that's not really possible for anyone else is happening for you. Like you are getting some magic woo-woo manifestation here, and it gives you the success and the resources. I don't know what is your guys' wish about? Let me think about it for a second. Pile number 2. When this third wish happens for you, please let me know what this is, because this is pretty confusing. Let me just think about it. Okay, pile number 2. Your third wish is a bit more confusing to me than the others, and I genuinely feel that I am not supposed to specify this wish, just because I think it is this part of the reading is very personalized to each individual one of you. What is happening is a fulfillment of some sort of a long wish that is more like a fantasy. So people around you may have considered that wish to be just impossible to come true, because this is airborne energy here, okay? In one way or another, with Ace of Earth being here, literally the energy of ether that you put out as a manifestation is materializing in front of you and giving you 4 of Earth the stability to create the life from here on. So it seems to me that there is overall a complete transformation of your life happening now, and that's why you're receiving so many blessings simultaneously. You are stepping into your highest power, your highest potential. You're stepping into your higher self, into someone you are meant to be in this lifetime. It's likely that you were really struggling with expressing yourself truly and authentically, and now that shadow energy that prevented you from really experiencing life to the fullest, it's completely washing away from your life, and you are rising like a firebird here. This is the end of the cycle and the movement towards stability, movement into a new cycle. 10, 11 here, 10 again. This is very much faded, and the biggest blessing here right away, pile number 1, I can tell you, is the person that you're becoming, because you are becoming just powerful. You are becoming truly who you are, someone who is confident in their abilities, someone who trusts their judgment, someone who feels secure in their surroundings. Your second blessing is some unexpected creative project taking off and allowing you the opportunity to be your own boss, to be your own leader, to be in charge of your schedule. It seems like your work will no longer involve a lot of different people. It will be more personalized to you. This very much gives me artist vibes. Now, the third blessing, as I said, was the most difficult to decipher. There's definitely a wish coming true for you. This is a wish that is like a fantasy, likely something that you've been dreaming of since you were a little kid. And when this wish is granted for you, it also results in stability. It also results in some sort of a transition to a new powerful material level. So not only are you becoming the best version of yourself, but you are also becoming the creative genius that you are meant to be, but you're also receiving all of the financial resources that you need in order for you to move on into the next stage of your life. Whatever it is, the energy that has been disbalanced is done in your life now, and you are rising like a phoenix. This definitely gives me a feeling that you have gone through some serious ego death and some serious reflection where you have truly reshaped your identity, and now you're on the verge of really becoming the powerful spiritual leader that you are presented as, because number 11 is a very high master number in spirituality, right? In numerology. It's my life path number actually, and it's a very, very powerful number, but it's also a very difficult number to have, because I think you have the same amount of power for self-destruction as you have for self-creation. And sometimes, considering what kind of karmic loops we're stuck in, it can be easy to self-destruct. I really, really relate to number 11. If you're interested in numerology, if you are really driven towards number 11, I would suggest you check out your life path number. But yeah, pile number 2. So it looks like your future is looking absolutely beautiful, and I'm excited for you. This was the 3 blessings that you are receiving now. And yeah, please, when you do receive the blessings, remember me and let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about them. Thank you so much for doing this reading, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to support me, please subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you in the next reading. Bye! Hello everybody, if you selected pile number 3 or the Bardo, this is going to be your reading. The Bardo, what an interesting card. Do you guys see the skeletons? Here, the Bardo, darkness. Amidst the darkness, there's definitely an ego death kind of feeling. Reminds me of pile number 2. Oh, I had to censor this card because this is birth. I hope that this is censoring it enough. This deck has feminine cycles in it. We have weavers share their magic tea, synchronicity, the threads of fate. Okay, let me just move it up and let's take a look at your oracles. Gebo, union, marriage, and Yara, harvest and justice. Wow. Okay, definitely something in relation to relationships, union, meeting your soul mates, moving towards harmony with 6 here, birth, 29 is number 11 as well. I had to censor the card. All right, pile number 3. Let's get into your tarot cards. Pile number 3. What blessings are unlocking in pile number 3's life? What blessings are unlocking in pile number 3's life? Okay, here I see this one. I see this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, let's reveal your tarot cards. my gosh, do you guys see how chaotically I put them down? We have Page of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, the Devil. Wow. Okay, there's definitely an upgrade that's happening on a financial level or on a level of resources. I'm gonna clarify this Devil card in a second, but let's reveal your second blessing. Five of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Two of Pentacles. We have Six of Cups. Very much grace, divine grace. Eight of Cups. King of Wands. Wow. Okay, let me just think for a second. Alright, pile number 3. Let me just quickly clarify the Devil card here. I think I have a feeling that I understand where it's heading, but I just want to make sure. Okay, I think this one. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. Let's get straight into reading your blessings. Pile number 3, this is going to be a very specific message, so if this does not resonate, then maybe check out the other piles. It's likely that if you have selected this pile, you have undergone some sort of an ego death experience. This is very heavily signified in the Bardo, basically, and the birth here, right? Basically, what an ego death is a part of you that you identified with for an extended period of time, that you built your identity around. It dies, right? So something that was not true about you, you let that part go, and that's what an ego death experience is like. Something about you is never the same, and that's why the death card exists in tarot, right? Everyone, it's a process of spiritual evolution to shed layers of identity that do not belong to us, and there is a very clear signifier that says that you have done the work here. You have shed the identity, and right now you're moving towards harmony in your life because there is a lot of synchronicity. Basically, you're receiving communication from the source through so many different layers of your physical world experience. Birth here really, and harvest also, birth, right? Here signifies that it's your time to finally harvest, for you to finally receive. So it's likely that in the past, you were the person who always gives, the person who always works, a person who always extends their energy outward, but a person who doesn't really receive much, right? And right now, the energy is shifting completely from this ego death, because an ego death, what does it do? It creates room for new energy to come in. And there is a lot of signifiers in your reading that you're moving into another area of your life. First and foremost, we got 2 pages here, which are all beginners, right? They're newbies at something. Ace is a newbie too. 5 of Pentacles indicates that you are moving from a place in your life where there was lack towards healthier, better, happier grounds, right? It's likely that the circumstance in your life has not been the best for an extended period of time, but finally, congratulations, pile number 3, you're moving towards the change that you are manifesting. You're moving towards justice, towards harvest, you're moving towards it. Let's go through your blessings one by one. Your first blessing here is presented as a change in your frequency or in your vibration or in your attitude in regards to money, and that results in resources coming your way, with Page of Pentacles being here. These resources allow you to really ask yourself, what do I want to do now? And that's why we see a transition from Page of Pentacles into Ace of Swords. Now, I will tell you, pile number 1, your first blessing comes with a tiny warning here, with the Devil card being here. And I will explain to you why exactly. It's a tiny warning and I'm not really worried about it. So you're receiving resources here. There's an upgrade on a material level. Something is happening in your life where you are either receiving the resources that you need to do what you want, or you're receiving money to do what you want. But the reason why I say to do what you want is because Ace of Swords follows Page of Pentacles. And Ace of Swords tells me that once you have these resources, you're like, oh, okay, this is what I'm gonna do now. You get preoccupied with some sort of an idea or an ideal that you want to work on. You have an idea for something, to use these resources for something, because it feels like it will tackle a lot of the issues or challenges that you have in your life. So the way that I'm seeing is, for instance, you receive inheritance from somewhere, or some sort of money is being paid out to you, and you're like, well, okay, now I have this, let's say $30,000 that came to me. Okay, this gives me the financial stability to start my YouTube channel. Let's say, you know, whatever, you're receiving the money to do something with it, and you are excited to do something with it. Now, the reason why the devil showed up here is because the warning of the first blessing is, you have to understand that whenever we transition from one quality to another, when we move from one frequency to a higher frequency, it's only natural that our comfort zone, our comfort self, our ego starts resisting the change. And the way that it does it is with anxiety and fear, right? So you're receiving the resources, you're inspired, you are divinely motivated to create something of your own. Some sort of an idea possesses you because you received those resources. Maybe you want to open a business, maybe you want to start a YouTube channel, maybe you want to be a writer, God knows what, right? But that energy is followed by fear. So you are going to second guess yourself. And here's a clarifier here. The reason why you're second guessing yourself here is because you're relying too much on your intellect, okay? So the reason why the devil card showed up here is because you are presented as Father of Swords or King of Swords, someone who is very rational, someone who is very logical, someone who is very pragmatic, someone who likes to see the plan first and then work through it. But it seems like the idea that possesses you might be unrealistic to your intellect standard in one way or another. So you have to understand that that energy of fear is likely going to be there. In fact, it will be there. That's what your reading is telling you. It will be there, and that's okay. Because whenever we move into a new life and receive the resources that we are meant to receive, it's natural for our bodies that have been conditioned for years with lack mentality to resist the actually good things that are coming our way. Because it's like your body is like, okay, but can it be really this good? Well, another shoe has to drop. Do I need to be more reasonable about it here? You know, your ego will try to trap you. And it's important for you to understand that you can still follow through with this idea as long as you really lean into your heart-centered being and not into your intellect. Okay, it took a long time for me to explain the first blessing, but I really wanted to be clear here. Your second blessing, pile number 3, is you're moving towards harmony and towards some sort of a creative new pursuit that is exciting you. Page of Wands here really signifies that you are beginning a new process in your creativity. Something is calling you, and this is a blessing in itself. You're moving towards harmony with this creative project. Moving towards harmony, I think this might be related to you receiving some resources. You're moving towards harmony, so you are activating more of creative energies in you, and that results in you double tasking something. So there's a duality here. So okay, maybe you're doing two things at the same time and they're both blessings. So you have this one idea, but then you also have another creative project. Interesting. Okay, pile number 3. You are receiving a lot of downloads from the divine in the next phase of your life. Really. And your third blessing, pile number 3, is you are receiving grace. Your third blessing has nothing to do with you or you taking conscious action. Your third blessing has everything to do with divine grace. 6 of Cups is always an act of kindness and good karma towards you for everything that you've been through. And right now, the energy is opening up for you to receive that divine grace. You will see that it will come in form of so many different opportunities, and it will allow you to finally walk away from your old life. And Eight of Cups is a card of, all of her cups are upright. She's happy where she was, but she's still moving further because she's looking for that Nine of Cups, for the fulfillment of a dream. And that dream is being granted to you here. Beautiful. King of Wands. You are moving into a position of power, into a position of creativity. There is something that's happening. So, okay, pile number 3. I'm sorry this is a bit chaotic, but there's a lot of energies here. It seems like you are really, really going to be basking in the universe's blessing. So, first and foremost, you are receiving some upgrade financially, right? That allows you to have some sort of an idea that consumes you. Maybe you're like, okay, I can finally do this one thing that I always wanted to do. But then you get scared. This is just a warning. It's okay. It's still a blessing. You have to recognize it as a blessing. Now, your second blessing is you're moving towards harmony and creativity. You're balancing your life together. So all together, your second blessing is your life is being put into balance, into a smooth harvest justice type of period of your life. And your third blessing is you are receiving all kinds of extra perks from the universe. You're receiving divine grace that allows you to walk away from what you've already built, turn your back on all of the good things, and follow your highest dream. And you're actually getting this position of power, likely in your career. You're getting this randomly. Pile number 3. You are getting, because this is presented as one blessing here, okay? So it's a divine grace, the way that you will receive this opportunity. The way that I intended to read those cards is you will receive this first, the second, this third, right? But I think in your case, a lot of these energies are coexisting together here with Yara being presented this way. Right now, it's just your time to shine, okay? With birth here, you're finally giving birth to the you that you were meant to be in this lifetime. And because you're finally aligning with the right frequencies for you, you're stepping into the Tao. You're stepping into life where it's full of synchronicity. I'm gonna tell you that with this third blessing, when you finally receive it, it will be evident that it is an act of divine. Okay, because you will be receiving blessings so randomly given to you that you're shocked. It allows you an opportunity to really walk away from the life that you have built and towards the fulfillment of your wildest dreams. Because Nine of Cups, what follows Eight of Cups? Nine of Cups, fulfillment of a wish. And with King of Wands being here, it tells me that you are changing positions in life. You are being perceived by society as this powerful figure of authority and someone who is a creative leader. You know what I like about King of Wands? Because I feel like King of Wands is very much a masculine energy, right? Because it's an energy of a king, but also it's Wands energy of spirit, and Wands is energy of creativity, right? So it's intrinsically an energy that is interconnected with the feminine. So everything here really tells me that you are balancing the masculine, the feminine aspects of your life. Your life is coming into balance here, and it's your time to harvest your blessings. Yeah, pile number 3. I think this is all that I see here. Thank you so much for being here for this a little bit of a chaotic reading. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to support me, I would love if you subscribed to the channel. And if you want to see more from me, hopefully I'll see you in the next reading. Bye.